This is like one of our latest starts.
It's way late.
Good thing no one's listening. Watching. Welcome to the MVZ vlogcast live stream. Another word for it. What I forget what they call it when you watch along. We're not good play-by-play guys, so we can't even do that. Like the guy when we got raided.
Oh yeah.
Gracino or whatever. Tom Grassi.
Mm-hmm.
I subscribe to him on YouTube. He does full play-by-plays too, so he's a good little commentator. Granted, he's got a couple 100,000 followers, so yeah, clearly he's good. We have 71. It is week 15 of the NFL. We have been discussing your fantasy team for the past hour. I pulled off some fire, delicious, perfect ribs from the smoker. They were on 4.5 hours. Tender as shit. I can't believe you didn't have one.
I'm so hungry right
I'm
now.
a little hurt.
I won't later. I'll eat one.
And if need be, the pizza that I made you, that you're scarfing on, I bought another one. If need be. So we've been playing Madden after our streams, and the last 2 weeks, our last game has been absurd. Your 20-some point comeback with the Bears. And then my Josh Allen game where I had 38 yards passing. It was ugly. And it looks like in Seattle they're living in 1987 with Sir Mix-a-Lot. Still, Baby Got Back. I don't know any of his other songs.
Jump on it. Da, 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 da. Dallas, jump on it.
That's him? That's Sir Mix-a-Lot?
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, that is his song.
But everyone knows it. Currently, the game's at halftime. San Francisco 14, Seattle 3. It has not been a good game to watch. Gino, who's been an MVP candidate discussion, definitely should be comeback player of the year or something, right?
Oh, he's got that on lock.
Big Cock Brock.
Rookie of the year. Here he comes.
Leads NFL rookies in touchdown passes, right?
Gross, yeah.
How's that feel for Pickett?
Not surprising. He's done like 2 touchdowns. I don't know. Not enough.
Brock's got, what, 5?
Something like that.
Rookie of the year currently, it looks like the Jets have both of them. The leading with Garrett Wilson and Sauce Gardner.
Garrett Wilson, the favorite to win Rookie of the Year right now on offense.
He's went up a lot. Who else?
It would have been Breece Hall.
Would have been. So either way, the Jets would have had it.
Yeah. It was going to be Breece.
Kenneth Walker should probably be on the list, at least for discussion. He's in. I guess his thing's like he's like 3 really explosive games, and then like this, he's at halftime got like 14 yards.
It's gonna almost have to be Garrett Wilson. I don't think it's not gonna be Olave or London
Because they lose too much. Because the team sucks too bad.
But their stats aren't good enough.
Olave's like 12th in the league in touch and catch it in yards.
Is he?
You just had the thing pulled up and I saw it, and we were talking about elite wide receivers. And you're like, I wouldn't pick him.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Olave's up there. Has he just been getting it 70 yards at a time? That's receptions.
He does. He's got a lot of blowouts.
Yeah, 887. Huh.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10,
And 12. That's wild.
Yeah. Huh. It's not. Well, maybe it is him. Look at his first down percentage too. It missed pretty good.
Still don't think it will be. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be. I just don't think it will be. He just hasn't. There's never been a moment where everyone's been like, where like the media's been like, oh my gosh, he's awesome, which is usually what it takes to be.
Because they suck, man.
Well, the weird thing is, outside of quarterbacks, you almost have to do that, but like, there's like, it's not going to be Pickett. There's no other quarterback. Unless they want to give it to Dameon Pierce, which I don't think they will. Like, I don't. It's going to have to be Olave or Wilson. I'll pull up the betting favorites.
It's not. I guess it's not been a strong like last year, like Jamar, it was a lightning in a bottle.
The year before that was Justin Jefferson, so they kind of spoiled us. Receivers there. Let's see, NFL.
Let's see, from December 14th, published Sauce
Awards right now.
Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave's third.
MVP favorite is Jalen Hurts. How do you feel about that? That's MVP favorite right now. With Mahomes.
The problem is, it looks like Mahomes is going to get Tom Brady syndrome. Whereas, like, if you're this guy all the time, like, you can't be MVP every year. Or, well, Rodgers. I can't believe Rodgers has 4 of them. Considering how much.
It's because he cares.
Because of his lack of, I know you're not supposed to count it, but like his lack of postseason success.
Let's see here.
And I don't. What are the Packers without Rodgers? I'm sure they suck. But the criticisms his whole career has been like, oh, he's just going to check it down anyway. Like, if it's not there right away, he's going to check it down. And, like, this number this year, his passing, he's not great at all. And he's got 9 interceptions on the year already, which is, like, very un-Rodgers. Last year had, 3 or 4 picks all season?
+1, Garrett Wilson is the favorite to win. Christian Olave, second favorite, according to Vegas right now.
You mean Chris Olave and Christian Watson? Well, it's Christian Watson. He's a rookie.
Nope. Actually, what's weird is Garrett Wilson's the favorite. He leads rookies in receiving and is second behind Olave in yards. Olave is
he's number 3 overall.
Fourth favorite, according to Vegas.
See, I'm glad I'm not way off. Like, you thought he was just passed right by. He didn't think a second look. But you know why? He's on my fantasy team.
But I didn't think, fourth isn't good. He deserves to be higher than that. Kenneth Walker's third. Christian Watson, second, according to Vegas, for Rookie of the Year. Which is wild.
I am not happy with... The NFL's in love with Sauce Gardner.
He's so good, man.
Every play I watch is him DPI, dude.
He's so freaking good.
Find a play where he's not interfering.
A lot of them.
Not that I'm seeing.
You've only watched plays where they throw a flag?
I watch where they don't throw a flag.
Yeah, it means he's doing something right.
Cheating correctly. Like Jacob.
That or it's technically within the rules, whatever he's doing, and you know what I mean? Like, just because I guarantee you other people are like pointing that out, if you know what I mean, like, dude's so good. Do you know that he's only allowed like 40 yards this season?
But that's not true. But it's not true.
What do you mean? Yes, it is.
No, it's not. He gave up a 40-yard play to Chase Claypool.
In zone.
Man on man.
It's zone coverage.
How is it? How is this?
I'm just saying. I'm reading the stats. Obviously, it wasn't attributed. Must have technically been a zone play, even if he was the guy on him.
How was that zone?
I don't know. The safety's going back there. The safety's going back there. It must have been a zone play. If you look at the whole play, it must have been a zone play.
That is some zone. Yeah, that's man. If you're running the whole way with him, And
What's the flag on?
that was actually on Sauce Gardner for pass interference, and he still caught the ball.
Okay.
But how's it like? You gonna say that's not man?
I mean, like I said, it looks at the safety.
Analytics, I think, are just so fucking screwed up at this point.
Well, I think the safety had deep coverage because he was taken off there, just never got there.
The only reason
You don't leave a guy unless someone's taking him.
The only reason a safety wouldn't be back there is if you're doing a zero blitz. There's always gonna be a safety in the back.
But I mean, he took off right away and just didn't get there. I don't know. Like I said, if you look at the whole play, I bet it's technically a zone coverage.
I think PFF might be fucked up with some stuff.
I don't even think they're not the only ones who said that though.
I know. I want to know who's running these analytics. I think
Dude's still freaking good. Dude doesn't give up touchdowns.
I think that Claypool got one on him in that game. No, Pringle. I think the NFL.
Pringle plays in the slot. Sauce wouldn't have been on him.
He doesn't always line up in the slot because Mooney was out. I think the NFL tries to create a star.
No, he's good, man.
I still think they create.
He went body to body with Justin Jefferson, like shut him down.
I believe you. I do think he's great. I just think
And that's not a position that you should be able to. You shouldn't be able to come in and be that good right away.
See, like this play here, Kittle's gonna get another touchdown.
Great coverage, guys.
Is pretty good, or is that's just a schemed play?
There was no tackle. Like, how did no one make that tackle, man?
Corners aren't going to tackle George Kittle.
They would try.
So a 55-yard touchdown pass. Oh, that's a busted play.
Yeah,
Both linebackers went down.
You get punished pretty for it, but
no, it's true. He still threw it where it had to be. Yep, both linebackers broke to the flat. Busted. And then the other linebacker at the end of the play completely whiffed. Well, whoever's got Kittle in fantasy football, good job. 2 touchdowns, 90 yards on those 2 plays. Wow. Well, speaking of picks, luckily we both did pick San Fran. It's when actually I would have had given the discussion, would have put that probably as a lock for me. Like I like Seattle. They have my favorite uniforms in the NFL. I love those fucking lime green.
They're good.
Is this the commercial for Prime? It is. It's 1923. It's the Yellowstone. Yeah, it's the Yellowstone prequel. The second prequel. Man, Taylor Sheridan's just loaded. They did 1888, 1923 in Yellowstone. Man, he's got to be raking in dough.
I watched 0 of them.
How come?
I don't really watch it. I don't know. It's not my type of TV.
You don't like drama, do you?
Because I get enough of that at work.
That's
TV is my escape. If I'm not watching sports, I'm going to watch... I'm gonna watch like sitcoms or
cartoons,
reality TV or cartoons.
Reality TV? That's what you're picking? Fake drama. I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of the Yellowstone. I watched the first season like 5 times because I wanted to not miss out. I was like, well, if I'm gonna try to watch season 2, I better watch season 1.
I watched the first 2 seasons of White Lotus.
Sorry,
not good, man.
I watched 2 episodes and I was like, gee, birds.
It's bad. And the worst part is if you wanna know, the first season ends with nothing being accomplished, pretty much. Everyone just kind of leaving how they started. So I was like, what? Why? Why did I just watch all that? And then the second one had a lot of open-ended stuff that they never gave you answers to. I hate that, man. I don't want to read a book. I don't want to watch a show or a movie that leaves something open-ended, whereas a decide your own ending. You know why? Because to me it comes across lazy. Like, I didn't write the freaking thing. You know how it ends. Give me an ending. And I think it's late. I think it's a cop-out because people don't want to give... There's been so much criticism of, like, How I Met Your Mother.
Like Game of Thrones.
And Lost and Game of Thrones and all these different shows are having bad endings. Dexter,
Everyone's a Monday morning quarterback.
Yeah, I think there's been so much of that shows are starting more common where they're just like, how do you think it end?
Kind of like The Sopranos did.
And I'm like, screw you.
Did you ever watch The Sopranos?
Give me the ending. The first episode, I've watched it like 3 times.
Oh, well,
with the ducks, right?
It's really not, or it gets good. Like The Sopranos, it's such a slow burn. I don't think you can.
I've just started The Wire again.
I couldn't get into it either.
Wow, so good. I mean, I only watched the first 2 episodes. It's so good.
I mean, it's really well written. The problem is you had to pay so much attention to it typically because there's so many characters. It lost me, and then I was like, ah. And if I'm gonna watch a show with that kind of writing, I have to devote the effort into it, and Nicole is not going to watch those shows.
25 points for Kittle today.
Nicole just doesn't watch story-driven shows. The only show that she watches that's anything like that is Grey's Anatomy, and she would never start Grey's now. It's only because she's so vested into it now. It's the one show she'll put on. Oh, it's on Hulu. The new episode's out. And because she knows the first 16 years of the show, but she cannot pick up a new show. And it's so frustrating. 2 of the times I've restarted Yellowstone because she's like, oh, I think it seems like a show I could really get into. And you're not getting into it. And then Succession, that's a badass show.
I keep hearing it's good. I've watched the first 2 episodes of that trying to get into it, but
I would consider that a dramedy. So the first 2, you got to lay the groundwork of the family. Like episode 5, like when it's 5, there's a lot more humor into it.
I liked Ballers.
Well, that's just a comedy.
It's good. I like that. I like comedy, so. Holy crap.
Speaking of The Rock.
Did you see the points against it?
San Fran is a second half
weeks
team.
8 through 12, 0 points given up in the second half. 13 and 14, 7.
And 7, yeah. Speaking of The Rock, it turns out he was releasing some faulty-ass numbers. Oh, shit. Pick 6?
Is it flag? Is it roughing?
Is it roughing? Alpha? It shouldn't be because Bosa was there as he was releasing the ball. They're going to...
It was in the backfield. The only reason I say that.
So, speaking of roughing the passer, that's something that's going to have to be reviewed. I know they talked about it. It came up. Are they going to make it a reviewable call? Because from that angle, Bosa was there in time. He effected the throw. He created the turnover.
Let's see. They're saying it's the weight on him. I don't agree.
He's a 260-pound man who's tackling another man.
Yeah, he's supposed to not land on him, man. You're supposed to magically flip your body off. He got called because he literally just because he hit his own guy. That's the part the finishing to the ground, which I don't know, man.
So he is supposed to let go on the way down and risk injuring himself.
Yep. Does he play quarterback?
That's a bullshit call.
It's bad. I hate you can't use your body weight can't land on the quarterback. I don't like that. That's a pass interference on lockout.
The NFL is like a bad edition of Madden sometimes with some of their some of their penalty calls. Going back, speaking of The Rock.
Oh, no, it's illegal contact on the defense.
NFL wants money invested. You got to make this a game. The Black Adam just came out. Turns out The Rock was lying about the numbers. The movie's essentially a flop, making less than $100 million on like a $300 million budget.
It was. Was he saying it was good?
Yeah.
Were people believing him?
Supposedly.
Huh.
I had zero interest in seeing it. I don't know. I'm not a big DC guy. Isn't he like the Black Superman for DC? I think the whole idea of Black Adam is.
I think he's like Shazam. Shazam.
The Rock does not tolerate that. Shazam is nobody. Black Adam is Superman.
What?
There was an article about that in the comic universe, Black Adam is like Shazam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he
But
is.
to The Rock,
Oh, well, that's
he's
irrelevant.
Superman.
Sure.
So he doesn't tolerate comparisons of Shazam and Black Adam. There should be a Superman versus Black Adam movie, not Shazam.
No.
I enjoyed the Shazam movie, though. I did watch that.
See, but they didn't take themselves seriously on that one.
What?
They didn't take themselves seriously on that one. Is why it was better. Made it more of a comedy. Didn't try to be all amazing.
Like it was like some of the editions of Suicide Squad, that dark, gross, gritty.
Dude, that second Suicide Squad movie was hilarious.
Which
With John Cena.
I don't think I watched. I watched the one with Will Smith.
That one wasn't very good. The second one, hilarious, man.
A good soundtrack on that one.
Yeah, the second one was very, very funny.
Was Margot Robbie in both of them?
Yes.
I should watch the other one then. She is so hot.
You should watch it. It's much better than the first one. The first one was pretty bad.
I watched the Zack Snyder cut.
The first one wasn't very good. The second one was really. I like the second one.
How can I watch it? You know?
I don't know. Probably HBO. Feels like HBO-y. That's my magical gift. Just like feeling what shows should be on and being right. You know what's funny? They just called it the Suicide Squad again. They didn't even like try to name it something else. Yeah, it's on HBO now or Max.
Yep.
Told you it felt HBO-y to me.
But that's a total flop though. Budget 185, box office 168.
Do movies do good in theaters anymore? Period.
Yeah.
Like what? What's the last movie that's been really, really good in theaters? Probably something Marvel, but like, it's just like I feel like the movies are gonna die. That's how I feel. I feel like they're going away. Just because the fact that you can't immediately recall one that was like, well, that one, because think about 10 years ago, wouldn't have been hard. You're like, The Dark Knight Rises was in theater for 3 years. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it was easy. Now it's like, I don't freaking know. Do people watch movies in theaters anymore?
Well, it looks like the first few. Oh wait, that's 2023. Oh, that's why. I was like, man, I've never even heard of these movies. Like, oh, no wonder they're not out yet.
I'm just trying to think, like, the fact that I can't immediately think of something though that was huge just tells you where we're at theater-wise.
Jurassic World made $1 billion.
And that movie sucked, man.
Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I just gonna watch that at home. I don't give a fuck.
That wasn't good either.
He's probably like he's one of my favorite Marvel guys.
The only thing that works anymore though is just they just do those stupid.
It's characters. It's Marvel. It's not even good acting.
It's just universes. It's just like what's it called? Like fandoms. That's the word. It's all freaking. Nick Bosa said, "I'll get him and put no weight on him." Look at that. He even did it. Watch this sack. And he did a little shark thing. Watch this sack. Like
he'll probably get fined for doing it.
He literally was like, "Watch, I'll sack him and not even touch him." Basically, that was good stuff. Just didn't see like that.
But see, like the NFL's going to use that. It's like, you see, you sacked him and didn't put your weight on him. You could have done it the first time.
That's the problem. That's the issue. Is he did kind of prove that he could have done that.
Number 4, Minions: Rise of Gru.
Gross, man. Like no.
5, Black Panther.
But how much money did they make? Like how much money did
Minions
Gru make?
$939 million.
What was its budget?
It didn't say.
I'd just be interested to see like Black Panther's a better one to do that way because they probably made a lot of money on that one because it's animated. Animated movies almost always do make money hand over fist because it's a lot low budget. You don't have to pay the voice actors as much as regular actors.
And then because this is national. Oh, Top Gun Maverick. That made $1.4 billion. And then
here's an interesting question for you. Would you rather never be able to rewatch a movie again, but be able to watch new movies as they come out, but you can only watch them once, or never be able to watch a movie you haven't seen again, and only be able to rewatch the movies you've seen?
I'll go rewatch probably.
I would rewatch 100%. Almost just because of Christmas. I barely watch movies anymore, but like I wouldn't want to have Christmas where I don't watch Elf and Four Christmases, and there are just movies in general I want to rewatch sometimes. I never want to watch any of the new movies, man.
We're turning into old men.
It's not even that. It's not even that. It's just everything now is a remake.
It's a recycle. It's true.
Every single movie. Like, every single thing that you read off there that was popular was either a sequel or a remake. Rise of Gru, sequel. Black Panther, sequel and part of a giant universe. Doctor Strange, sequel and part of a giant universe.
Top Gun.
The Top Gun is a
redo.
Straight up redo. And then Jurassic World is like the third one of a reboot and series. Like,
yeah, it's probably the fifth best of...
it is the sixth best. It is the worst one by a lot.
Oh, that bad, huh?
The first two in this one were better. In the original three were all better.
And 3 was originally just shit on so hard.
Yeah, and Camp Cretaceous, the animated freaking series on Netflix, is better. I don't know if you've seen it, but it's actually not that bad. It's kind of fun.
I hadn't, but good to know.
Like, it's a good one that you can watch with children that you're like, it's kind of good. Like, if you like want to watch something with Savannah or something that's like TV, like, it's good stuff.
I tell you, as soon as Thanksgiving Day happens, yeah, this house is full of Christmas movies.
Yep.
In the house right now is Christmas Chronicles 2, a Netflix movie.
I would also do the exact same thing for music. I would 100% re-listen to only and never listen to anything new.
Yeah, I'm straight up nostalgia.
I pretty much only listen to stuff I've heard anyway for music. You know what's funny though? TV shows it'd be so hard to give up the Office, but I think I'd have to.
No, I'd still go only because I watch very little TV. It's on.
That's something that I love watching new shows though. Like Rick and Morty every week, love watching it.
The standard thing, if it's not kids shows like Miss Rachel on YouTube, is like Grey's Anatomy. He was put on the background because I'm not watching it. Because I'm usually cleaning up the kitchen after dinner because the kids don't go to bed till 8, and then it's cleaning up, and then it's like I'm sitting down and I'm just chilling. I'm not investing into new shows typically, except for like Yellowstone. That's the first one.
There's still so many shows you could watch for the first time that you could just put on. The amount of America's Funniest Videos and like just ridiculousnesses and stuff like that you just have in the background and Tosh, and there's just so much stuff you could just have on.
I already watched all the Tosh.0s, man. I don't know when I haven't watched Comedy Central in years. I haven't watched Comedy Central in 6-7 years. Because if it's good, they're gonna make a clip on it on Twitter, and I'm gonna watch the clip, like the Crowder guy who does a bunch of his like liberal shit. Trevor Noah, a lot of his shit gets posted on Reddit. I don't know, man. TV shows is a lot harder than movies. Movies, I don't give that, and the amount of kids' movies that I end up watching. How devastated would a kid be? Like, oh, Cars, that was great. Sorry, son. It's done.
Kids can't do. Oh, that's so bad.
I did watch a documentary, speaking of kid stuff. I Love You, You Hate Me. The documentary on Barney.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. I did not realize the vitriol and hate that was on Barney. 2 years after it came out, it just turned into like adults mad that their kids want to watch Barney. And now when daddy comes home, your son's not running into you at the door. We're like, hey, just turn it off. You don't need to create this hate. Just be a better parent. And like now, stuff. Barney is the same as like Cocomelon now, or who's that other Mickey Mouse Clubhouse even.
Blippi.
I don't know Blippi.
Bluey.
Bluey. Oh, I do love Bluey, though. That's another good message show. It's not teaching my kids anything, but that's one I can watch.
You going to do the picks real quick?
I guess we should. If you're having Christmas this weekend, because part of the family's going up to, Brock Purdy is neat in the back. A lot of my family's going up north for Christmas after my aunt died, so there's a lot of solo. It's a very small Christmas this year. And for you folks at home, you can see. All right. 3.5 point favorite Niners at Seahawks. I picked the Niners. You picked the Niners. You already told me that one before you got here. Colts are the 4.5 point favorite Vikings. I don't know how you can pick the Colts.
I'm not going to.
Oh,
I think the Colts are
McLeod is
bad.
fast. You're going Vikings? You think it's going to be a smoke show?
No, I just think they'll win.
Ravens are the 2.5 point favorite Browns.
There's no Lamar, dude. They're going to get crushed. Like we should have beat them, but we can't because we suck.
Dolphins are the 7 point favorite Bills.
Bills.
I think it's going to be fucking cold, and I don't think their ball.
Did you know that the freaking Dolphins brought heaters last week?
At 50 degrees. Yes, I did.
Buffalo's an actual cold place.
Cold. Like the heaters run the risk of freezing over.
Yeah.
Speaking of Olave and like we talked about before, Drake London. Oh, Brock Purdy just trip and fall. Maybe be a touchdown. Be a fucking touchdown or something. Okay, guys, what are you doing? Brock Purdy falling down like Brett Favre high on Percocets, rolling around, stands up, runs around, flanks right.
Give me the Saints.
Big game by Olave this weekend. Calling it now. Lions are the 1.5 favorite Jets. Lions are on a roll, 1 of 5 of 6.
Lions, they're good, man. I took it with confidence last week against the Vikings, and they just pounded them into the freaking ground. Give me the Chiefs, and they'll win by 12.
I don't know why I even took the Falcons. I was just praising the Saints in the discussion.
I'm going to take the Chiefs, and they're going to win by 12. That's what the Chiefs do.
Chiefs have the 3rd lowest against the spread.
Sorry.
Along with the
Eagles. Sorry, man.
That's fine. The Bears are the 2nd worst team.
It's those lines, man. That's the issue. It's just the defensive line and the offensive line of the Eagles.
I don't know why I picked that one. I should have fixed that before. We were talking about Olave being so great and everything, but
I'm going to take the Steelers and not feel good about it and just leave it at that.
Sam Darnold, baby, 2-0.
Yeah.
Cowboys at Jags, 4.5 points for the Cowboys. That would be my upset of the week, really.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the boys. They're actually good.
But CeeDee Lamb is not that dude.
Cardinals.
Hold on.
I'm the anti-Hackett.
The Cardinals have 3 offensive linemen that weren't in the 90-man rosters preseason. That is crazy.
Yeah.
So I think Colt McCoy does not eat. He gets eaten.
I don't think the Patriots against the Raiders. I don't think the Raiders are good. That's essentially a pick 'em, though, as you can tell with the
1
one-way
point.
spread. And I'm going to take the Titans. That's a matchup nightmare for the Chargers. Worst rushing defense in the league gets Derrick Henry. Have fun.
Bengals
Have fun.
Bengals are 78% against the spread this year.
Give me the Bucks. I'm going to keep taking the Bucks. I'm going to keep losing because of it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun picking the Bucks every single week to just lose over and over and
That's
over.
how I feel as a Bears fan.
I'm not even a Bucks fan. I just keep thinking Tom's going to figure it out, and then he just doesn't instead.
But he wins. We don't cover.
He's an underdog this week, but he didn't cover last week. Jeez, Pete. I'll take the Commanders.
Is Chase Young going to play finally?
I don't know. And then the Packers, because that Rams team is not even a team anymore. Oh, they got Baker. Doesn't matter. Give me the Packers. Whoa.
Oh, you said Packers.
Quit forcing Baker down my throat.
That's what his wife says, too.
You stop it now.
The Niners are good.
Yeah. They might win the Super Bowl.
That's a defense, man.
With freaking Purdy.
All right, so
Defense plus weapons. I mean,
so people can see here. That is the picks of the teams. Oh, I didn't unveil mine. Shit. Boom. So last week, you and I both were 3-9.
That's
So
bad, man.
season total 96 and 108 and 93 and 111.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It was that bad. It was.
Yeah, well, that's not good.
Yeah, it was that bad. It was rough. Two of our picks correct were the same. Anyway, so this is a short week for us because you were obsessed with your fantasy team. So we're curious if the camera pick it up his tiny little baby writing. He's been doing that for the past hour, making his rosters for his best ball pick'ems and
I
shit.
just wanted to visualize it, and I got nothing out of it. That's the worst part. I visualized nothing. I'm like, oh, that's confusing.
Apple commercial. Zach Braff and Turk. Donald Faison.
Love it.
Do you think there could be a Scrubs revival today?
Yes. I don't think they will, but I think they could.
Let's see.
The hard part would be like what? Turk would be the chief of surgery, and JD would have Dr. Cox's job, and Dr. Cox would have... Right? And Dr. Cox would have Bob Kelso's job.
Neil Flynn. Oh, I can't imagine Scrubs uniting.
Hitting the big screen.
No modern reboot. No. They already did that once and it failed. Oh, the creator. We're going to do it because we're lucky enough people care. I think there's going to be something. Miniseries.
See, that's the thing is like I feel like we just have been able to just do that now, just like beg for a miniseries. They did it for Gilmore Girls.
Whoa.
Dexter they brought back.
Well, the Dexter series.
There's been talk about bringing The Office back, which I would love.
Yeah, but Steve Carell's not going to be in it.
Why? He said he'd be interested.
He's already on the morning show.
He thought about doing it. He said.
I don't know. He chose to leave the show.
I don't know.
6 seasons.
They're thinking about doing a limited. They're thinking about doing a limited reboot. 10 episodes is what the owner said. The writer. And it's genius what his idea is.
You mean Ryan?
Yeah, but his idea is genius. He said it.
Fire guy.
He said his idea is if they do 10 episodes, and they wouldn't pick up where they left off. It would be called The Office: The Lost Episodes, and it would just be random points in time throughout the series.
That's a lot of makeup and.
They just even if they look older, they don't care. Like he's just saying that we just pretend they were younger than they were and just redo it basically, rather than, which I think makes a lot of sense because then you could do the same show. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to you don't have to do like Jim's doing athlete. You just basically make Michael the boss again, and it's like it's in season 4.
Who's in it then?
Everyone.
I mean, they'll be able to show changed cast so much in the last 3 years.
Well, I think what he said is they do them throughout. Like they did 10 seasons, right?
Was it 10? Was it 10 or 9?
I think it was 10 seasons. They were talking about doing like one episode per season, basically. Like an additional episode. Like one that'd be like season 1, episode 5.5. Season 2, you know what I mean? Season 2, episode 12.5. I still don't think it ever will happen, but that was his idea, which I thought was really smart.
These fucking websites are just clickbaits.
Yeah. But that's the talk.
There was 9 flags thrown on that play.
And I think it's possible Steve Carell would do it if he only had to do 6, 7 episodes. He could do 7 episodes. Or 8 episodes, and then... Well, there were 9 seasons right there.
Yeah.
But still, they could do...
He'd only do 6.
They could do 8 episodes for the first 7 seasons. You know what I mean? And then do... My guess is they would do 10 episodes and really just hammer those first 7 seasons.
Honestly, they can just skip season 1.
Yeah. But I think they do them all with Michael.
Pre-plug Mike.
I think they do them all with Michael.
Probably. But...
if he was willing to do it that way.
Since he's left the show, he's come through as such a great dramatic actor. I almost don't know if I want to see him as Goofy Michael again.
I do. And I do think I think the cool part is, I think that's such a cool idea, though, rather than rebooting it. That's so smart. I think that's what Scrubs should do if they bring it back. Just add episodes in the middle. Don't try to because otherwise it's awkward. You're like, oh, JD has Dr. Cox's job and Dr. Cox has Kelso's job. Let's just not do that. It's just, here's an episode that we, it was an idea that we thought about doing that we just never did. Here it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I think that's smart. I think that's a genius idea by BJ Novak, and more people should do it. Because I would be able to look past the fact that Michael looks 10 years older. I'd be able to look past that.
I think it's more than 10 years older.
Probably. The Office was still happening in 2012.
Not with him.
Let's just look up The Office. When did The Office run from? It's reboot again.
Stupid autofill.
It's 9 seasons, 05 to 14. So 2012 would have been the last year he did it. So he'd be exactly 10 years older.
They pop this up a lot. I donate to Wikipedia twice a year.
Do you really?
They need to quit asking. And when I do it, I donate $20 every time.
Well, look at you.
It helped me a lot through school because despite being not allowed to be used, they use links and they actually do the stuff. So I can get the actual reference and then I have my resource. It's I use it for nursing school. You know how hard it is to get medical references and stuff without access to published reports from the National Board of Health in England and the UK.
Oh, just so you know, I think for a reboot, what they would do is they would hammer when Andy worked at the office. I think they just do then, so they could bring Andy back.
Season 4,
yeah,
3, 4.
Just because people don't want to see Pam and Jim not together. So I think you know what I mean. So I think it'd be Michael the boss, the original, the rest of the Office cast, and then
the first 2 seasons, Andy was there. They weren't together. Or the first season, they weren't together. My favorite episodes, they weren't together. It was back to flirting.
I think that they would just choose when they're together is what they would do.
My favorite episodes, the pranks on him, on Andy. I have come back.
But I think they would just do when Pam and Jim are together, so just so they don't have to do any of that. And then everyone else in the office, because there's no one else you'd miss. You could have Kelly. You'd have Kelly there.
You're not gonna miss Nellie?
No.
I'm the fucking Lizard King.
You don't need any of that. That's not when people think of The Office. Those aren't the people they actually think of. You don't need Karen. You don't need.
What's it? I did like Roy. Him. Who's that fucking string bean?
Gabe.
You
don't need Gabe.
Oh my god! You know what? It's not that I liked him. I love the outtakes.
Right. Have you seen Avenue 5? Have you seen Avenue 5?
No.
He's in that. Very funny.
He's in that HBO, the nerd show on HBO too.
It's on HBO. Avenue 5 is on HBO.
Silicon Valley.
Oh. But House is the main character in Avenue 5.
Oh, okay. I watched the first 2 episodes of that.
It's very funny. It's funny stuff.
Joe Bennett season 6. Season 7 is Michael D'Angelo. God, that was awful. You know, I don't really want Aaron either because she ruined Andy as a character like that.
That's the thing is you could just do it without Aaron and Gabe. I think you could just do it before them. There was never a time that Pam was the secretary and Jim and Pam were dating, was there?
No, because Michael Scott Paper Company. She came back as a salesman.
But they were dating already when that started.
Yeah.
So there was a brief time. So I think they were just focusing on that point. She's a receptionist. They're together. Everyone in the office that matters is there.
But then you're going back to season 4.
That's fine.
Which is what? 2009? That's 13 years ago.
I could look past it.
Golly, then you're just hanging too much onto nostalgia, I think.
But I like that idea better than just being like, we're going to try to...
I'm not sure that...
make up some fictional land where they all are somehow together in one place again, because it wouldn't make any sense.
I'm not sure Office season 4 could play today.
That's the hard part.
The sexism is pretty rampant.
I think that's the hard part. I saw a thing where this guy said, I'm going to watch the episode of The Office until Michael would be fired.
Yeah, he's fired before the first episode or something, or before episode 2.
He did it every single episode. He started and be like, all right, ignoring what has previously happened. And the best one was Diversity Day. He's like, this one's hard because he technically should already be fired when this one starts. But it's good stuff.
The Office makes the front page of Reddit like every single day, and that just popped up like cringiest moments because like there's the ones that everyone knows, Scott's Tots. I don't even watch that episode. I can't stand it. It's so awful.
I think the cringiest moment is when he takes Jim to Hooters. That's the cringiest, man. Just because, can you imagine being Jim?
It's awkward.
That'd be horrifying.
The one that popped up just a couple of days ago was when Jan Levinson was singing to Astrid. the song, like, and everyone's just watching. It's like, this is bad.
It's good stuff.
So much cringe. Embrace
we're
the
frozen.
cringe. Oh well, we're frozen. I guess we're done.
50 minutes frozen. YouTube was tired of listening to us.
It's probably actually YouTube that collapsed.
Thank goodness, I'm tired. Who do we got next Thursday?
The Jets, I think.
The Jets, Jags. Is that the next one?
Yep, Jets, Jags, 8:15.
I saw him talking about that.
All right. Well, we froze up anyway, so Zach with his eyes shut, looking like a doofus.
Yeah, that's
doofus.
So cute.
All right, let's send you guys out the good song. Take it breezy. See you next Thursday.